Good morning, welcome. Colin is my name. I'm the chair of the organising committee for the Pasture Summit. And a very warm welcome to you all. This is part two of an inaugural Pasture Summit. And we have visitors today from Ireland, Wales, France, England, USA and Chile. So a special welcome to all our international visitors. And we also have a great lineup of speakers, including some international ones, and I hope you'll put them to the test today with good, robust debate. We are sharing this event with our Irish friends, and hopefully they'll take us through a journey to help us demonstrate the opportunities and remind us that there is a bright future for food producers. There is prosperity to be had, communities to be supported, and growth for those who seek it. We think listening to our customers, making the most of our unique climate conditions, and working with processors will get the best returns for our farming businesses and for all pastoral farming businesses in New Zealand. This Pasture Summit is a joint initiative between New Zealand and Irish dairy farmers committed to a very prosperous future, producing nutritious food from pastoral dairy farming while still nurturing our environment. The aim of the conference is to highlight the very best dairy research and on-farm practice as it relates to profitability, sustainability, to consumer preferences and nutrition. Over the past decade, it's become more evident that New Zealand has lost its international dairy competitiveness. This has coincided with more people questioning how we farm and do we need to farm as intensively as we are. With the capital values of our farms under pressure and likely to continue in the near future, our industry needs to even more than ever focus on profitability. Farming efficiently in a way that protects New Zealand's environment and competitive advantage and ensure that our produce is what is in demand by international consumers and are prepared to pay a premium for it. So we want to show that while we are increasingly competitive food space, we can improve on our ability to be the world's lowest cost and most preferred dairy producers and meet their rising environmental and community expectations. Central to this conference is the desire to grow vibrant farm communities and inspire a generation of dairy farmers by demonstrating that with the right strategies, the right execution, profitability, equity growth and land ownership are still very achievable in this country. We also need to reconnect with New Zealand and have a licence to operate going into the future. This Pasture Summit is intended to encourage dairy farmers to take up this challenge. It's not about just doing what we've done in the past, rather it's about exploring new technologies to build on the competitive edge that pasture provides. These very same issues confront the Irish industry. By working together, our industries can be jointly successful. The Pasture Summit was organised by a group of farmers who came together about over 18 months ago at Wellington Airport and with a joint vision to reunite and promote a prosperous future for dairy farming. To our farmer committee of volunteers, your contributions have been outstanding. Our event organiser, Anne Bird, to our speakers and chairs, and in particular Dairy NZ, have all played a significant role in making this conference possible. Our sponsors, a big thank you. You've been invaluable with your support. We hope at the end of the next 2 days you'll be so inspired you will join us at the next Pasture Conference, which is planned for Ireland in 2 years' time. I've got a few housekeeping rules. Cell phones. There will be a fine system for phones that ring, and that money's going on the bar tonight for us all to share. But please put them on silent if you could. Our MC for the day will give you a bit more update on where we'd like you to use those going forward. So Alistair Rain will be the policeman for the roving policeman on collecting fines. Bathrooms just out the door, as you know, and in the unlikely event of emergency, the staff of the building will direct us out either into the street or into the car park behind. We hope you do enjoy this dynamic international and local speakers we have presenting, along with some robust discussion and throughout, and some very good networking opportunities as well. We thank you for your support. We hope you enjoy the conference, and we look forward to catching up here over the next couple of days. I now have the pleasure to introduce our MC, Julia Jones. Julia is Farm Enterprise Specialist for KPMG. She's here to keep us on our toes and make the day flow and provide some insight and summary as we go. So welcome, Julia.
Thank you. That felt like a bit of a forced clap. That's all right, you don't know who I am. That's fine, I'm not offended. I am quite needy though, so I'll need to get a clap later on in the day. So I'm Julia Jones. I grew up in Ross on the west coast in the South Island. Hopefully I don't have to explain that to too many people here, but North of Hearts, South Arctica. I rode horses to school, so I'm really passionate about rural communities. I currently live in Eureka, which is the Ross of the Waikato, probably smaller, and we don't have a dirty great hole that's been mined in the middle of us. And look, I'm incredibly passionate, as I just said, about rural communities, but I want them to be protected into the future, but protection doesn't mean keeping them the same. Protection means shifting and changing and evolving them, creating economic relevance for our communities so that we can be self-sustaining. And I often hear people say, if we have a really good community, we'll have great business. It's the other way around. We have profitable business and we have sustainable communities. And today is all about learning how we can create better sustainability within our businesses right across social, economic and environment. Look, my why, the reason I get out of bed every day is I want to inspire a new generation of food producer. And that's not through age, that's attitude. So it's about helping people understand how they can shift and evolve with the changing world. My day job, I work for KPMG, and a part of my role is to actually work on farm with people in their business. I don't do grass and cows, I'm hopeless when it comes to the physical side, but absolutely passionate about getting good business through our farming community. Another part of my role is going out and understanding the consumer, because I can't help the food producer if I don't help understand the person who's actually consuming their food at the end of the value chain. Now look, today is about interaction, and I know it's a bit tough when you're sitting there all day, you're probably not used to sitting down all day, but we want you to interact as much as possible. We want you to ask questions, and we want you to maybe challenge if you don't understand something to learn more. So we have a system called Slido. So we do want you to have your phones on, we just don't want to hear them ring. We want you to use Slido, so it's coming up on the screen now. You can go to your app store and put Slido in, or you can just go to your Google bit, the internet thingy, navigation page, I think is the correct term for it, and put in Slido, and it will bring it up. Now when you come to the little bit that says what's the code, put in PS 2018, and then join the event, and you're able to put questions through. Now you can put them through at any time. They're not going to flash up on the screen. You can put them through with your name, or you can do it anonymously. What we will do though, so I don't want you to worry if you feel that your question's not popping up. We only put 1 or 2 up at a time during the question time. And also any questions that go unanswered, we are actually going to collate them, and we're going to send some answers out after the event. So nothing will go unanswered. And yes, it's a really silly question. No, there's no such thing as a silly question. They are moderated, so if you're going to be a smarty pants, they will get cut out. And look, we also have the microphones. So if you want to use the power of the voice, old school, please do put your hand up as well. We do encourage that also. So we just want to give you every opportunity in the way that makes you most comfortable to ask us lots of questions. We also love you to tweet, and I'm just going to take a photo of you all right now, which is kind of going to be awkward and it's going to be dead air. Luckily I have a really loud voice, so you can still hear me, right? So great. So here we go. I would take a selfie, but I'm too much of a midget. And I couldn't see you guys in it. So we want you to tweet, we want you to share, we don't want this to all stay in the room. We've got to make sure that we get all of this information out, and we're encouraging others to learn and grow with us at the same time. If you're going to tweet, or use old people Facebook, which is LinkedIn, or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, I don't know what the things are. I love LinkedIn, I live on it. Just hashtag Pasture Summit 2018. And look, I think that's about all I needed to go through at this stage, but I'm going to pass back to Colin now, who's going to introduce Michael Murphy.